Imagine a place so vast, so silent, and so untouched that it feels more like another planet than a part of Earth. A place where ice has been accumulating for tens of millions of years, creating a frozen shield thicker than the tallest mountains. A land where myths flourish easily because almost no one can reach it, and the rare few who do return with stories of windstorms, blinding whiteouts, and landscapes so alien they challenge the imagination. This place is Antarctica, the coldest, driest, most mysterious continent on the planet. A world that has inspired conspiracies about hidden civilizations, Nazi outposts, lost maps, and even entrances to realms beneath our feet. But behind the myths lies something ainda mais surpreendent, a story of global cooperation, scientific breakthroughs, and ancient natural wonders that reveal the true history of Earth. Antarctica wasn't always the frozen desert we know. Long before humanity existed, this land once held rivers, forests, and ecosystems that thrived under sunlight. Geological studies reveal that, around 50 million years ago, temperatures here were similar to today's Patagonia, and green vegetation blanketed vast regions. Later, as the Antarctic circumpolar current formed, the climate shifted drastically, isolating the continent and triggering a long cooling period that eventually locked everything under ice. Beneath this frozen armor lies a time capsule, a collection of clues about our planet's climate, its past life, and even hints about other worlds beyond Earth. What makes Antarctica even more fascinating is that it is governed unlike any other place. Since 1959, the Antarctic Treaty has declared the entire continent a place dedicated exclusively to peace and science. No military bases, no wars, no mineral extraction, no ownership. Just cooperation. Where else do countries that often distrust each other agree to operate transparently, inspecting each other's research stations and sharing discoveries freely? This treaty represents an incredible exception in world history, especially considering it was created in the middle of the Cold War. At a time when nations were racing for nuclear power and space dominance, they somehow managed to declare Antarctica off-limits for conflict. But of course, a land this remote and protected naturally becomes fertile ground for conspiracy theories. It's easy for the imagination to run wild when most people will never set foot here. Some claim there are secret no-fly zones hiding ancient ruins. Others insist drones are shot down by unknown forces. Many videos online speak of forbidden sectors guarded by international organizations. Yet when you examine the reality, what you find are not secret military patrols, but environmental protocols and strict safety rules designed to protect fragile ecosystems and scientists working in extreme conditions. Still, the real fuel for myths didn't come from the treaty. It came from something that happened more than a decade earlier, an event wrapped in mystery and magnified by the fertile imagination du publico, Operation High Jump. Right after World War II, in 1946, the United States launched one of the largest expeditions ever sent to Antarctica. Led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, the mission included 13 ships, multiple aircraft, and over 4,700 military personnel. Official documents state that the goal was to train troops and test equipment in extreme conditions, while also mapping strategic zones. But the sheer scale of the mission raised eyebrows. Why so many resources so soon after a war? Why such urgency to reach the icy south? It didn't help that the operation faced a series of mysterious incidents. Aircraft malfunctioned. A plane crashed. Some reports hinted at objects moving in the sky faster than expected. A few fragmented interviews with Byrd added even more speculation, with him supposedly mentioning an enemy with the ability to fly from pole to pole at incredible speeds. Conspiracy theories took that line and ran wild with it. Some claim he encountered flying saucers. Others insist he discovered a Nazi base hidden deep beneath the ice. Some say he saw something so shocking that the government silenced him. But when historians and researchers reviewed the declassified logs, a different picture emerged. The mission wasn't cut short by alien forces or Nazi super technology, it was the deadly power of Antarctica itself. Temperatures dropped to minus 50 degrees Celsius. Winds reached 160 kilometers per hour, equipment failed. Navigators became disoriented in the white void. 4 men died. Several aircraft crashed. Even experienced soldiers struggled to endure the brutal environment. For all the speculation, the logs show that Operation High Jump was simply overwhelmed by the Antarctic winter. Yet the fascination persists, especially because this expedition wasn't the only one surrounded by mystery. Almost a decade earlier, in 1938, Nazi Germany sent an expedition to Antarctica, led by the ship MS Schwabenland. The mission mapped an area they named New Schwabenland, dropping aluminum markers with swastikas onto the ice. But contrary to the myths, they never built permanent structures or underground bases. Records show they spent just a few weeks there. After the war, Allied teams searched for evidence of Nazi activity. They found none. Yet for decades, the idea of a hidden Nazi refuge beneath the ice captured the imagination of millions. This fascination grew even stronger when strange satellite images began circulating online. Some showed triangular mountains that looked like pyramids. Others showed circular depressions in the ice. A few even depicted strange lines suggesting artificially built structures. To many, these images became proof of something hidden. But geologists offer more grounded explanations. The so-called pyramids are nunataks, rocky mountain peaks that stick out from the ice. Their triangular shape comes from natural erosion over millions of years, sculpted by wind and freezing cycles. The circular depressions often result from ice melt, wind patterns, or simple shadows captured at the wrong angle. And many of the linear formations are crevasses, ridges, or glacial fractures that appear geometric when viewed from space. Yet one of the biggest myths of all comes from a theory far older than the Antarctic Treaty, Operation High Jump, or even the Nazi expedition. It's the idea that Earth is hollow. In 1692, astronomer Edmund Halley proposed that Earth might be composed of concentric shells, with vast internal spaces and atmospheres. He tried to explain magnetic fluctuations by imagining different layers spinning at different speeds. Over time, the idea evolved into myths about entrances at the poles, lost civilizations living underground, and tunnels connecting continents. The concept appeared in folklore from Tibet, China, Europe, and Native American cultures. By the 19th century, explorers like John Cleves Sims Jr. gave public lectures on the existence of polar openings and even petitioned the U.S. Congress to fund an expedition to find them. In fiction, the idea thrived. Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth, published in 1864, captivated readers with its underground seas and prehistoric jungles. Later novels and occult movements added even more details, imagining races of advanced beings, mystical energies, and technologies hidden from the surface world. And then came the most bizarre twist. Some Nazi occult groups took the hollow Earth theory seriously. Members of the Vril Society believed they could connect with subterranean races possessing Vril energy, a powerful life force that could be used for healing or destruction. Some even suggested that Nazi Germany attempted to access this inner world through Antarctica. But modern science has thoroughly disproven the hollow Earth hypothesis. Seismic recordings show that Earth's interior is solid and layered. Satellites detect no anomalies. Gravity behaves consistently. And every radar scan of Antarctica shows solid rock beneath the ice, not hollow chambers or hidden civilizations. Yet the myth survives because it taps into something universal, the desire to believe that our world holds hidden realms waiting to be discovered. Ironically, despite dismissing these theories, Antarctica truly does hide remarkable secrets. Not supernatural ones, but scientific wonders far more intriguing. Take the subglacial lakes. Over 400 liquid lakes lie beneath the ice, kept from freezing by the enormous pressure above. The most famous is Lake Vostok, covered by 4 kilometers de gelo. For millions of years, it has been sealed away from sunlight, atmosphere, and the rest of the biosphere. When Russian scientists finally sampled it, they discovered extremophile microorganisms unlike anything on the surface. These organisms survive in total darkness, feeding on minerals and chemical reactions. Their existence suggests that life might thrive in subsurface oceans on other worlds, like Europa and Enceladus. And then, in 2025, came one of the most astonishing discoveries in Earth science. Using radar, seismic studies, and sediment drilling, researchers uncovered a vast landscape beneath East Antarctica, a fossilized world frozen in time for 30 million years. Rivers, valleys, ridges, and signs of ancient forests, including palm trees, all preserved under the ice. This landscape formed long before the continent froze, when Antarctica resembled present-day Patagonia. The discovery shocked researchers because it showed how much of Earth's history is still buried beneath the ice, waiting to be uncovered. The implications are enormous. By analyzing this preserved terrain, scientists can better understand how Antarctica's ice sheets formed and how they may respond to global warming. Ice cores reveal how past CO2 levels triggered rapid melting events. Sediments show how rivers once carved through the land. Microfossils indicate what climates once dominated the region. All of this helps us predict future sea level rise. Because here's the truth, if Antarctica melts, sea levels could rise by more than 50 meters. Entire cities, New York, Rio de Janeiro, London, Sydney, would be underwater. Antarctica's deep past is not just a curiosity, it's a warning. As we step back from these discoveries, one pattern becomes clear. Antarctica doesn't need conspiracies to be fascinating. The real story is more dramatic, more dangerous, and more beautiful than any myth. This is a place where international cooperation works, where nature hides entire lost worlds, and where science fights to understand our planet's future. So next time someone claims Antarctica hides Nazi UFOs or gateways to the hollow Earth, ask them this: why chase fantasy when the truth is far more extraordinary? If you enjoyed unraveling these icy mysteries, consider subscribing for more deep dives. Which theory do you find the most intriguing? The pyramids, the hollow Earth, or the lost Nazi base? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to explore another strange corner of our world, watch our next video about the secrets hidden beneath the Sahara Desert.